today's question, to ask 3 questions to a person who is willing to join my team. Of course, I would start with the standard basic question, tell me about yourself. I would club and I would combine another part to this question and request that this person to explain why this person is a good fit or an apt person to join for this role. The intent of this second part of the question is, first is of course to understand the person when he's telling about himself. Second is to understand the overlap between this personality, this person, his nature of work, his working style, and to understand the overlap with this across with the way we work and the kind of work we have, the kind of role that we have, the kind of challenges that we have, something of that sort I would be able to gaze with this first question. Second is actually a choice between 3 parts. First is I would like to request this person is either the any of these statements from the Agile Manifesto or Agile Principle or Scrum values. I would request either of these 3. Which of these let's say one of the statement he picks, or one of the Agile Principles he pick, or one of the Scrum values he pick, which is it he or she resonates a lot with. So whatever he picks, I would be able to understand, okay, this might be one of the priorities for this person, and I would of course ask him to explain more on it. Based on whatever this person explains, I would of course be able to understand his knowledge on, let's say, Agile Manifesto or Agile Principle or Scrum values, and of course I would tie that up with the personality and the working nature that he has. Maybe he likes to simplifies a lot. Maybe he likes to focus and commit to whatever he's trying to plan for it, and something of that sort I'll be able to Agile, and based on that few more follow-up questions. So that would be my second question. Third and last question is, I would go in the past for him and ask him to share one of the most challenging situation that he or she has faced, and what was the solution put in by this person to resolve that particular challenge. Now, with this, I would be able to understand whatever challenge he or she shares. I would be able to understand the kind of work that the person does and the challenges that he might be facing day in and day out. To top it up, I would be requesting him or her to share solution as well. So I would understand the kind of thought process and his viewpoint to put that particular solution. And one interesting tweak that I like to do is, if the same situation again comes up and the same solution cannot be put up, what is a few more alternatives that the person can do? Now what this shows is, if something does not work, can this person persist? Can this person put in a different solution based on different scenario, different person in the conflict, let's say, different stakeholder, so something of that sort. With that, I would be able to understand if he has multiple different thought process for the same situation or not. With the first question, I delved into what the person is as of today and why is he excited for the role. The second, I went and checked if that person has enough knowledge and what is his priority. Of course, there's no right or wrong answer to pick one Scrum value over another Agile principle, but what is his priority? Why he thinks that being simplistic is important? Why he thinks that giving importance to certain attributes is more important to certain other attributes? With the third question, I'm trying to judge the kind of challenges that he would have faced in the past, and if he faces the same kind of challenge with a little bit of variations, can he put up multiple different solutions in place? So I believe that with these 3 set of questions, a holistic 360-degree personality can be understood for this person. So yeah.
Hi all, this is Kirti here, and As a Scrum Master interviewer, the 3 questions I would like to ask is, the first one would be, share a latest experience where you felt proud of yourself as a SM. So what was the situation, what actions you took, and what made you feel proud? So this would be the first question. This would help me gauge what kind of environment the person is working on, and this is not theoretical at all, and there'll be a real life situation hopefully which will be coming out, and what is the mindset of the person of handling that situation, and what actually gives him the happiness or the the kick to be a Scrum Master. So that would be the first question. The second question would be, so there's a situation which I would like to give to the person who's giving the interview, that you are working in an organization and your team is very motivated and they work for like 2 to 3 sprints, and then there is a direction change from the top management and they say that okay, this work is now redundant, stop working on this, start working on this next goal. So the team starts working on this, and then again 2-3 sprints later there is again a new direction coming in. So what actions would you take in such a situation? How would you handle it as a Scrum Master? Because you see your teams are now getting demotivated, they are not feeling they are providing any value. How are you going to handle the situation both at the stakeholders level as well as the team level? So that would be my next question. The third question would be that if let's say suppose your team members are not joining the retros, you have tried to do a one-on-one coaching with them but they have declined the request, and whenever you talk they talk nicely to you but they don't come up for the retros on time, or they join 15-20 minutes late the daily scrums. Even when their team leads are there on the call, they mention that you have to respect time, but nothing is working out. How would you handle that situation? So those are my 3 questions from the person who is interviewing. Thank you.
Hello everyone. So today's question is, if you are given an opportunity to interview somebody, what kind of questions will you ask to that person to determine if the person is a right fit for your team, for your organization? So if I am given this opportunity to interview someone, I'll be probably asking the following 3 questions. The first one, I would like to determine or understand the person learning agility, that whenever you join a new organization, there are many opportunities to learn. There are new tools, there are new processes that a person has to learn. So I would like to understand what is the thinking pattern of that person, what is his learning agility. So maybe asking her questions like, what are the kind of challenges that he has faced in his current organization, and what was his approach of resolving those challenges, or removing those challenges. Or maybe if you yourself are facing a challenge in your team, then asking the similar thing with the candidate and determine his thinking pattern, what suggestions is he coming out with the similar situation, or are you also thinking on the same lines, or you have some other ideas for the same problem. So this will help me understand what is the thinking pattern of that person. So that will be my first question that I'll ask the candidate. The second one that I would ask is, and if this interview is particular to manager role or a Scrum Master role or product owner role, maybe a leader role, then all of these roles has to be should have that collaboration. They should have an nature of working in a teams environment, working together as a team. So my second question would be around, is the participant a team player, or is the candidate a team player, and what is his approach of working in a team. So I'll ask a question around the conflicts, that how do you resolve conflicts in your team, or maybe questions like, if there are 2 team members in your team who are having a conflict regarding a particular thing, how would you solve that problem, how would you resolve that conflict. Or if you are having a conflict with one of your senior leaders in the organization, what is your approach of resolving that conflict. So asking some kind of question around the conflicts will help me identify, is the person a real team player, or he likes to work individually, or he's an individual contributor. So that's my second question. And third, I would like to understand about the leadership qualities of that person, what extra or out of the box he has done in his current organization. And third, I would like to understand about the leadership qualities of that person, what extra or out of the box he has done in his current organization, and how the person will be able to add value to my team, or what is it that he has to bring to the table in my team, in my organization. So my question would be around that what are the achievements, what do you say are your achievements in your current role, or maybe what out of the box you have done in your current organization, something which you are proud of. So that kind of question will help me understand, has the person taken some extra initiatives apart from his day-to-day responsibilities. That a person will come out with that additional things that he has done apart from his day-to-day responsibilities in this question. So that will help me understand that is the person a good fit for my team. If I'm hiring such a person, will be a good team player, will be he able to participate in the team activities, will be able to learn new things, or will he be able to add new value to my team, new ideas to my team, and that will really help my team grow. So yeah, I think these were the three questions that would ask somebody who will join my team, or somebody whom I am interviewing, to determine if he is a good fit for my team. Yeah, thank you. That's about it. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone. So today's question is, if you are an interviewer and if you want to ask three questions, what questions would you ask and why? So the first question that I would ask is basically, can you give me some example of letting the team members finding their own answers for the problems instead of you giving them the ready solution. So basically in this situation the team member should uh, find out the solution for their problems first. So I will ask this question to understand the maturity of the team and how self organized the team members are or the team is. Basically whether they are taking initiative to solve the problem first by themselves, or directly they are coming to a scrum master and asking like, this is the problem, please provide us the solution. They are not trying by their self itself, their self, whether for example, if it's in a technical issue, then also they are just coming straight away to the scrum master and asking for the solution. The second question that I will ask is basically, you have been just hired as a new scrum master for one of the team, and the like with a team which you will be working with has an senior people, basically senior developers, or the senior developers, they will be having experience more than you. They are more experienced than you basically, and they don't believe in scrum. They just think like it's a waste of time. They just focus on doing the coding work, and they don't want to attend scrum ceremonies. So what do you do in this situation, and how you will handle such kind of situation? So basically I will ask this question to check how the person will motivate the team members to adapt the scrum, or how the person will influence the team member to change their mindset towards adapting the scrum framework. Yeah. The third question that I will ask is basically, the PO of the team turns stakeholders' requirement document into tickets directly without explaining or discussing anything with the developers, and he is not at all ready to discuss the requirement or clarify the requirement. He just put down the required document directly in the tickets, and he asked to estimate the user story. So basically and also many times what he do is, he at the end of the sprint, he comes with changing requirement. It happens frequently. So how you will handle such kind of situation? So the purpose of asking this question is basically to check the negotiation skills of the scrum master or the person. How the scrum master will influence or how the scrum master will teach the product owner about the scrum, and how he will negotiate the and last minute change requirement changes with the product owner. Thank you.
In the particular team and the company, and the also you can but in the same go on same flow, you can ask one more question, like whether they are aligned with the brand framework or not. By this answer, they you can able to foresee the job satisfaction for the particular person. By this open-ended question, you can get some more information, like are they offering your company a relevant experience. So you can able to guess by their answer, like how they have a plan to pay their knowledge forward. So the next second question could be the scenario based question. So it is like how you manage if there is a new requirements come in the middle of the sprint. We all know that Scrum is known for the last minute to responsive to the last minute changes, but at the same time it will increase the stress of the team. And by the asking the question, you can able to understand about the person, like how he can manage or make the team understand that how they can go with that particular change, or they should go with that change or not, whether they have a. Hello everyone, today's topic is, if you are a scrum master and you are interviewing someone, who what will be the three questions that you are going to ask to the person when you are interviewing them. So the problem is not finding out the people which who will having the credential, but also trying to find out the person who will be able to more able to work successfully with your team. I would like to avoid asking most basic question about the Scrum. I can understand that whoever is want to become a Scrum Master, they should have a solid grasp over the Scrum concept. That's why I can understand the urge of asking this entry level question during the interview. But why I want to avoid this thing is like, first anyone can like whoever is applying for the particular role can easily able to make you understand or define the concept within 2 minutes or within 2 or few minutes. So with that thing, it won't be able to help you to understand the soft skill about the person, or about the person, about their work, how they are going to know what is their work experience and all, or how they have dealt with the different challenges or unique challenges in the team or in the organization. Also it will be very easy, or you can quickly able to understand.
Hi all. Today's question is, if you are a interviewer, what are the three questions you would like to ask a person who is applying for Scrum Master role, and why? So based on the experience level of a person and also the requirement of the team or organization, I would like to go with few basic questions just to make our conversation comfortable. So instead of asking them the questions directly, I mean to say, instead of asking them, tell me about Agile Manifesto and Agile Principle, I can ask them as what is your favorite Agile principle, or how you can implement Agile in your daily life. So give me with examples. So I can ask them the indirect questions like this. So my first question would be, if we all know like Scrum Master's roles and responsibilities, but at in real time, not in practical, there are situations where Scrum Masters are asked to wear hat of developer or testers or PO. So will you be comfortable to do that as a Scrum Master? So this is my first question to ask, so that how comfortable they are in real time to deal with in the absence of PO, or if any developers are not able to fix any technical challenges, how comfortable a Scrum Master who is getting newly hired will be able to manage. So this is my first question. My second question would be, if the requirements are uncertain, or in terms of any other challenges. As a Scrum Master, how can you serve PO or development team? And what are the changes you would like to bring to your team to improve their productivity? So this will help me to understand what are the challenges or any situations how they have tried to deal with, and I understand their mindset and whether they are able to accept the challenge if there is any ongoing issues with the team or team members. It can be with respect to three P's. I mean to say it can be with respect to people, process and product. My third question would be based on scenarios what I am going through in my team or any real-time situations what I have seen in my past experience or other Scrum teams. So it can be risk management or team conflicts and also process deviations, how a Scrum Master can deal those situations and manage and raise flag when required. And if the team feels that they don't want to follow Scrum and just have a zombie kind of Scrum, so how in that situation as a Scrum Master that person will be able to manage these situations in a better way so that team is organized and also cross-functional. Thank you.
Good evening. So this week's question is what are 3 questions that you will ask to a Scrum Master candidate? So this interview, Scrum Master interview, is not about testing the technical knowledge of a candidate. It is more about testing the character and the personality of a Scrum Master, and also knowing about the other things like the basics of Scrum and all those things. But majorly I will look for the Scrum knowledge and the character and personality of that particular person. I in general feel like in order to be a Scrum Master, the candidate should have some particular personalities and characters. For example, he should not be individually oriented. He should be always team oriented, and he should not be a manager. He should be a leader. So I will ask some questions through which I will be able to extract these details from him, and I can be in a better position to judge him. So you ask questions in such a way that it gives you a picture about the candidate. Okay, so probably we can segregate the 3 questions into 3 categories. So the first category will be I'll be testing him using the Scrum knowledge. I can put it this way, like rather than asking 3 questions, you can ask questions from 3 categories so that you are able to get a picture of the candidate. So let us see what are those categories that I will be asking. So like I said, the first one will be testing the Scrum knowledge or Agile knowledge of the particular candidate. The second thing will be I'll be offering him some scenario based questions so that I will see how he reacts to the real life incidents. Then finally I will ask some questions with regard to the metrics, data stuff, and I will check whether how he is interpreting those things. So these are the 3 categories in which I'll be asking the questions, and let us see what questions we can ask in each of these categories. So the first category is based on the Scrum knowledge. So here you can ask questions like, you can start with a very very basic questions, and you can go higher according to how the candidate responds. So the basic question starts like, you can ask him to explain about the Agile values and principles, and you can ask some simple questions like which ceremony is important, do you feel all the ceremonies hold the same equal importance or not, and what is the difference between an SM and PO, these kind of questions. And you can ask like questions like a medium level of thing, it's up to me, why do we use Fibonacci series, why don't we use just numbers for estimation? So these kind of questions will give you an idea about the Scrum knowledge of the particular candidate. So this is the first category. The second category is you have to ask questions in a scenario based. So whenever you present a scenario and check whether how he is responding for that particular scenario. So here the example will be like, you can ask questions like one of the team member is not cooperating with the team, is not attending any of the ceremonies, what do you do? So these kind of questions you can ask. That can be one thing. Or you can ask him like, what are the improvements you brought in the team? What kind of reforms or what changes, what practices you brought into the team that benefited the team? How can you please explain that? Okay, and you can also give some like a difficult question, like you can play the role of a team member and ask question like to the Scrum Master. You can say like, I feel like all the meetings, Scrum ceremonies are a waste of time. Just leave me alone, I'll just work. So how do you convince me to work in a Scrum environment? So these are the questions. When you ask the candidate, he will be able to reflect how he works in the real life and judge whether he is good in real life handling of the situation or not. So the last one will be the metrics part or the data part. So see, with regards to Scrum, yeah, of course you can implement Scrum and you can do everything, but unless and until if you don't have any data, there is no way you can prove that, it's not a proof, you're not going to prove anyone, but you need to see whether how the team is progressing or where are they lagging, where do they need the help and all those things. So for that, you can have some data, you can have some metrics. So some of the metrics that are available in Jira itself, burn down chart, burn up chart, velocity chart and all those things. And apart from that, you can have some more data which you feel will be helpful for the team. You can take sprint level data, you can take client level data. There are a number of data within these divisions, sprint level and client level. So you can ask what kind of data he used for his project and how he interprets it. So for example, you can ask him like, you can show him a burn down chart and you can ask him like, what do you infer from this burn down chart? You can ask like, okay, how is the team is performing based on this burn down chart? And you can ask, okay, what are the metrics that you use in your team, and with that metrics, what you're able to interpret. Say for example, you can have clients, and you can have a number of clients, and you can have a particular the team members who are working in different clients. So you can see like what are the team members who are working on which clients. So if one particular team member is keep on working on some specific clients, then you can ask him to work into some different clients, or it might not be clients, it can be any type of work also. So in these ways, in these three ways, that is by checking his Scrum knowledge, and by checking his practical adaptability or how he performs in real life, and finally how he uses data, I will be able to come to a conclusion whether the Scrum Master candidate is right for my team or not. Thank you guys.